Hello, my name is Thayer Period, and here's how I remade the beat to Can't Relax by Yeat, originally produced by Flansie. The first thing I remade was this lead sound. Definitely the most complex sound, I would say, in this remake. I did this in Serum, no shocker, and here's how it sounds with no effects. I'm gonna break this into sections. The first thing we have going on is our oscillator A and our oscillator B. As you can see, they are both square waves. As you can see, they are both pitched to the same octave. They are both down one octave. The second one is pretty much unaltered. We have the level at 44%, but the first one, we have some interesting stuff going on. We are FMing from our noise oscillator. That is just the default AC hum 1 sound. Just kind of gives it a sharper tone, gives it that like distorted timbre you hear in the original. Now the other interesting thing going on is we have our LFO1 here doing a shape like this, and my cat is attacking my screen. What we are mapping our LFO1 to is the level of that sound and then also the coarse pitch. So at the beginning and end of that sound, it is going like up and then down. So it is like moving the pitch a little bit, causing it to kind of pulsate. As you can hear, if I slow it down, it's a lot more obvious. And then same thing with the level as well. Only doing that on the first oscillator because I wanted it to be a more subtle sound, kind of using our oscillator B just for stability. Then we are running both of those through a low pass filter. As you can see, we have the cutoff mapped to our envelope 1, just giving a little bit of a pulse motion. We have quite a bit of resonance. That is just because I wanted it to have a kind of like squishy sound like the original. So having a nice filter sweep with like a resonant low pass filter is a great way to get that kind of tone. And then a little bit of drive and fat to kind of boost it up a little bit. I also have our sub oscillator set to a square wave with the level left alone. It is also at -1 octave. I have direct out enabled, so it is not being affected by any of our effects because I, again, wanted kind of just it to be like a stable sound, not to be affected by all the funky stuff going on. For the effect processing, I started by running it through this asim distortion mode with our drive cranked all the way up to 100%. Really just to beef the shit out of it and kind of squash everything together, especially that like resonant low pass filter being run through that super heavy distortion gives a nice like screamy sound, as you can hear. Next, I just did a little bit of a low cut with our EQ, followed actually by a bit of a high cut with a low pass filter. That kind of was just to trim off the harsher frequencies at the top of our sound that were brought in by our distortion. The cutoff is at like 10K, so it's not even super noticeable, but definitely like it makes it a little less like ear piercing. Then I just threw a basic delay and reverb on it. Oh, I also have mono and legato enabled with 45 milliseconds of glide. Next thing I added was this other lead. I'm not gonna break this one down actually because it is just a default Serum preset. It is under, I think if you go to leads, it is the Booty AF lead. Then the final sound I added was this kind of like horn. Here's how that sounds with no effects. Pretty much the same as you can see. Pretty basic sound, honestly. As you can see, we have sine waves for both of our oscillators. Our oscillator B is turned all the way down, with the pitch being at 0, while our oscillator A is pitched down an octave. That is because we are FMing our oscillator A by our oscillator B, just at 42%. Nothing super crazy. It almost sounds like a woodwind. I don't know. Like FM is very funny. You can really recreate a lot of sounds with it, like based on how much you dial it in. Then I am just running both of those through a low pass filter, again with a decent amount of resonance, and our cutoff being modulated by the envelope 1. Just to give a little bit of a sweep to it. Then for effects, I didn't actually use this distortion, but I boosted our high end a bunch, 16 dB actually, around 3500, and did a little bit of a low cut just to kind of bring it forward. Next thing I added were the 808s. Just using this distorted spins. Then last but not least, we got drums. Super simple, just this wavy hi-hat with a little bit of tweaking and the slap clap. And yeah, that is everything. If you want access to the serum presets from this remake or any of my 200 plus other remakes, or the project file or drum shots or one shots of those serum presets for everyone who doesn't have serum, you can get access to that on my Patreon at patreon.com/proudplayer. It is a great way to support me and help me continue to do these remakes, and also a great way to get some new sounds if you're a music producer looking for that kind of thing. I hope that was educational and informative and all the other words I'm forgetting that I normally say. But yeah, catch you next time. Peace.